Big controversy surrounding Liberty Safe after the company gave the FBI access codes to a man's safe. I'm really interested to see what the Daily Dot has to say about this, because every leftist should be angry at learning that a company which provides security equipment to protect your belongings has a back door they can give to the feds. So let's read what the Daily Dot has to say. Liberty not so safe. Gun safe company flamed for giving FBI access to alleged Capitol rioters' firearms. Goodbye, Liberty Safe, traitors to freedom and your customers. Daily Dot writes, a popular gun safe manufacturer is receiving backlash from conservatives after helping law enforcement access a safe owned by a man who reportedly attended the Capitol riot. They went on to make a statement, and they said, on August 30th, 2023, Liberty Safe was contacted by the FBI requesting the access code to the safe of an individual for whom they had a warrant to search the property. Our company protocol is to provide access codes to law enforcement if a warrant grants them access to a property. After receiving the request, we received proof of the valid warrant, and only then did we provide them with an access code. Liberty Safe had no knowledge of any of the details surrounding the investigation at the time. Liberty Safe is devoted to protecting the personal property and Second Amendment rights of our customers and has repeatedly denied requests for access codes without a warrant in the past. We do not give out combinations without proper legal documentation being provided by authorities. We regularly update our policies to ensure both compliance with federal and state law and reasonable consumer privacy protections within the law. First and foremost, Liberty Safe is committed to preserving our customers' rights, and we will remain unwavering in those values. My friends, a safe in which the access is granted to a third party you don't know about is anything but safe. Liberty safes are worthless. I'm going to stress that again. If you bought a safe and the access code was provided to someone else you didn't know, I wouldn't call that a safe. I would call it a cabinet, a hunk of garbage. But let's read. Liberty Safe added that I was unaware of any details this week yet. The man in question, 34-year-old Nathan Hughes of Arkansas, has been charged with a felony offense of civil disorder, as well as numerous misdemeanor offenses related to his actions at the January 6, 2021. The popular conservative duo known as the Hodge twins reportedly learned from Hughes, who they say is a friend of theirs, of Liberty Safe aiding the FBI. Given the apparent back door in the company's safes, conservatives immediately vowed to boycott Liberty Safe while bombarding it with complaints. Some right-wing users even began comparing Liberty Safe to Bud Light, which was boycotted by conservatives after sponsoring a transgender influencer. This is interesting. They outright called it a back door. That is fair and correct. This is a back door, which should not. Oh, here's one. Liberty Safe's new ad campaign, and it's a safe full of Bud Light. Others threatened to return or cancel. The Quartering said he ordered a $7,000 Liberty Safe and is going to call in and cancel the order. You should. And it's not political. Let it be political. But dude, I'll stress it again. Yo, I don't know nothing about Liberty, but if it's true they have backdoor access to your safe, let's break this down. You buy a safe. Why? You don't want anyone getting access to your expensive guns, your equipment, and you want to be secure in your property. Now, maybe the left will come out and say, let's see, maybe do they make the argument? Just a bunch of people complaining. They don't really take a moral stance on this one, which is interesting. Numerous users also questioned the wording of Liberty Safe's statement, suggesting the company was not required to help the FBI gain access, that the warrant was for Hughes and not the company itself. President Nonfud said, to be clear, if this wording is correct, the FBI had a warrant for the property, not for Liberty Safe themselves to give them access. Liberty complied with the request and did not offer resistance, such as, we will provide you the code if you get a court order saying we need to. Yup, that is true and correct. One person said, I find it both incredibly and totally believable. Liberty Safe gave the FBI an unlock code for a safe, gave it to them. How about next time you answer, come back with a warrant after our lawyers spent a few weeks laughing at it? We'll respond, GFY. They don't really say much for Daily Dot, which is interesting. Normally, they'd be very critical and insulting to anyone on the right, but I think they recognize what this means. The left often complains about the government breaking into secure systems, and Liberty Safe provides backdoor access to the government upon request, not even with a court order, according to the story. Let me give you a scenario as to why I personally would never buy a Liberty Safe. Liberty Safe has how many employees? Let's look up Liberty Safe on Wikipedia. Liberty Safe, they founded in 1988. Doesn't say how many employees they have. Usually you can see how many. 500 safes per day. Wow. 350 people are employed. Okay. Let me tell you guys about security. Yeah, I grew up in and around the hacker community. It doesn't mean people who are breaking into people's computers. It means typically they say people who make things do things they weren't intended to do. Is typically what hacking means in the purest sense. But we do know about computer hackers or crackers, people who are breaking into security systems. Typically, the way someone gains access to your machine and your private information is not by typing in crazy code and being like, we cracked the system. No, it's simple. Your IT, no, not your IT guy. He might be privy to this, but let's say you work at a media company. No. How about this? Let's say you work at a safe company. You make safes. And someone wants to get access to, the back doors that you provide the government. Well, someone in accounting gets a phone call. And the phone call with 350 employees, I guarantee you they don't know each other. Accounting gets a phone call. And they go, is this is Sarah in accounting? Yes, who's this? Hey, this is Jim from over in IT. Did you get the email about the audits we're doing? No, we're doing a speed check on the network. Do you have a router next to your computer? And she'll be like, I think, what is that? The little black box? Yeah, it's like a little black box next to the computer. And she'll go, yeah, I got one of those. Oh, okay, cool. We're going to be coming in to do a quick review. Is there a number on the back of it so we know what order we're coming in? Because we're doing it in sequential order. And she'll go, oh, yeah, 973-631-2798. Okay. All right. Perfect. Got it. Thank you very much. We should be coming by later. It'll only be a few minutes, and that's it. That's it. Now, in that scenario, I'm being a little bit, just making up a scenario on top of my mind. But for those that aren't familiar, what basically happens is that call was a hacker, a social engineer, trying to get information on the router that's being used so they can figure out what they need to break into it. And this is what happens. With 350 employees, heck, with 10 employees, these things are easy to do. Spear phishing attacks through email, these things are easy to get past anyone because people don't listen. This is what really bothers me about Liberty Safe. The CEO will put on a message saying, please, literally, nobody, if you get a phone call from someone claiming to be IT, hang up immediately. We will never call. We will send an IT guy to knock on your door. What'll happen? Oh, it doesn't matter because people are people. And then what happens? Phone rings and Sarah over in accounting answers and she says, hello. And it's like, hey, I know the CEO just said that IT wouldn't call you, but surprise, surprise, guess who got locked out of their machine? That's right, the CEO. So we got a bit of emergency. I'm going to need you to read me the back of that router so we can do a security check and make sure, And then, of course, she'll be like, oh, that's right. That did happen. Here's the number you asked for. It's remarkable. Read Kevin Mitnick, okay? Old school social engineering. He has a story where he's talking to his dad and he tells his dad, I can get your credit card information like that. What does he do? It's back during the days of Blockbuster. Brilliant. He calls Blockbuster and he says, hi, what store number is this? And they're like, oh, this is 1157. Oh, this is 1157? Yeah, that's right. Oh, okay. Who's the manager over there? And they're like, John Smith. And he was like, oh, okay. All right. Well, I just wanted to let you know that I can't remember who I talked to, but they were really great and they provided customer service to me. It was really, really awesome. And I had a good day and I really appreciate it. And they go, oh, well, thank you. All right. Thank you. Have a nice day. 1157, John Smith's the manager. Then what do? They call up a different Blockbuster. This is what Kevin says. And he goes, yeah, this is John Smith, the manager over at store 1157. I got a customer here named Bill Mitnick who says he's a member, but he's one of your members, but he doesn't have a card on him. Would you mind checking if he has him? I have his address, his ID here. And they go, yep, we got him in the system. Oh, okay. He says he's got his credit card in the system. I'm just trying to verify it. Could you read that back for me? And they go, yep, it's 4369. Writes it all down, hands it to his dad. And he's like, you just got my credit card number from calling Blockbuster? Yes. This stuff never changes. People don't change. Security is bypassed this easily. Now, back to Liberty Safes. Why do you not want to buy from this company? They have a backdoor to your safe. So one of two things can happen. An employee at the company knows that you just bought the premier, cream of the crop, best of the best, top of the top safe, $7,000. Okay, maybe 7,000 isn't the best. Maybe you just spent 50 grand on the premium platinum mega model, holds 100 grand worth of guns. Now, dude at this company is just like, I can't believe someone's buying this. There's the address. There's the name. And your friend here's got the backdoor code. So what happens? Homeboy contacts someone he knows and says, listen, you didn't hear this from me, but some millionaire dude just bought a safe that can hold like 100 grand worth of guns. And I got the backdoor code. Oh boy. Then you go on vacation. And the people staking out your address that they easily got from the safe company walk in the front door, walk up and go boop, 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 pops right open. They load up your stuff onto a cart, leave, and you come home and your safe's cracked. Why would you buy a safe if someone else has the code? Okay, now I'm not going to accuse Liberty. I'm not saying they did anything criminal or they would. I'm just saying security breaches can happen. Here's another circumstance. Somebody social engineers their way into the network and just looks at the computer and sees someone bought a premium, cream of the crop, best of the best, massive safe. Liberty doesn't even know about it, but they do have a backdoor code. And that person who broke into their systems, violating the rights of this safe company, they just sell it. They sell it on the black market, on the dark web. They say, hey, here's a list of addresses of all their customers and all their backdoor codes. Do not buy a safe if they are doing this. What you're probably going to want is an analog system. And you got to be worried about this too. Even if you get a safe that has like some kind of multi-key system, they could have copies. So you got to know, do you really trust the company? And now that we're learning that Liberty Safe has backdoors, listen, make an argument about them giving out the backdoor code without a court order. Okay, that's scummy. If you work for a company and the feds come with a warrant for you and say you have to give us this code, I can understand abiding by a court order. 100%. 100%. If you were a company like Liberty Safe and they come and issue a court order to hand it over, you can fight it in court and take any legal means to challenge what their claims are. And if ultimately the judge says you've got to do it, I can respect that. We do need to be a system of laws. And I'm not going to sit here and protect the criminals that are looting all these stores because they're utilizing these systems to protect their loot. You know, we know a guy robbed a store. He puts it all in a safe. Now they can't get into it. They can't get the evidence to prove that he stole it. I can certainly respect that. The problem? The backdoor code shouldn't exist in the first place. What's the purpose of buying a safe if this is how secure it's going to be? Now, that does mean the criminals will get secure systems that you can't get the code to. Too bad. That is a problem for law enforcement, not for law-abiding citizens. In this case, this guy may be accused of all sorts of whatever, I don't know. But he made the mistake of buying a cabinet. That's it. A cabinet with a code that anybody could get. Do what you want. I'll leave it there. Next segment is coming up today at 4 p.m. Thanks for hanging out, and we will see you all then.